Okay, so first of all, good morning to you all. Now in this class, what is happening is a few Chai Bhasha students are there and a few Dumka students are there. So for the Chai Bhasha students, in the last, what I will do, I will ask your name and give the attendance. But for the Dumka students, you people, in the last when I will ask you, you people just write your name in the chat box. So just write your name and give a dash and write DEC or Dumka, whatever it is, so that I will forward this attendance to your HOD or to your departmental faculties. Okay, fine. So we will start a new module today. That is our module 4, I think. That is windowing and clipping. Okay. Okay, just let me just write the subject name and the faculty name in case do not know, and today is 27, right? Okay, so we will start the chapter or the module windowing and clipping. Okay, so two sections are there in this module. First is the windowing module and the next part is the clipping module. Achha, one thing I want to ask, that in the last class, since it's long before I have taken the last class, so have I finished all the varieties of reflection sums? 2 to 3 types I have discussed in class, right? About the type y equal to mx plus c under 2D transformation. Have I discussed 2 to 3 type of sums in the class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I think I have finished that part. Now, what is windowing?
Ma'am,
Haan, bolo.
ma'am, you have given a question in which you have given that we have to rotate a triangle about the line y
अच्छा,
is equals to 2.
हम बोल रहे हैं, हम भूल गए बोलना. Actually, these portions I have taken down from a few question papers which used to come in the exam, because since JOT question papers I do not have with me, because JOT जब से start हुआ है ना, for एक बारी exam हुआ था, and that for the 3rd sem. Then तो उसके बाद online ये COVID का scene आ गया ना, online हो गया. So what I have with me is on this chapter, what are the previous varieties or patterns of questions that has come in the last university. More or less, those patterns comes. Generally, chapter se wahi aate hai subject se. So the questions I have just copied or jotted down somewhere, and those I have circulated with you all. If you find that there is any problem with any question, you skip that, because I cannot help that, because I have not formulated the question. I have just jotted down the questions module by module, so that you get a sample of the different questions that has come in the last 10 years or 11 years. I had last 10 to 8 years question papers. I have created that, and that I have circulated. If you finding that there are some missing data or anything like that, then you skip that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So to start with windowing, what happens is sometimes when drawings are very complex, they become difficult for us to read. So in such situations, what is useful? That we will display only those portions of the drawing that are of my immediate interest. So this will give the effect of looking at the image through a window concept. What is that? Suppose if I ask you that sitting at your home, you look through your window, and whatever you see, whether if you have a field beside your window or you have a street beside your window, whatever you see, that picture you draw in your canvas, or that picture you draw in your drawing copy. Now drawing copy will have a specific size. So the actual size of the street, the actual size of the shops, the actual size of the human beings, those who are walking or roaming around in the street, actual size of the vehicles, you are not drawing. You are looking through your window, and the portion which is visible to you, you are drawing a copy of that in your drawing copy according to the dimensions of your drawing copy. Because the actual size of the vehicle you are not drawing in your copy, you are drawing a coincised size. That means a size which is able to be fitted in your specific copy. So according to the coordinates or the measurements of your drawing copy, you are either enlarging or you are compressing the view of the image or whatever of the real world you see through your window. You are doing that. This entire concept is known as windowing. Suppose I go to mountains. I have gone to Darjeeling, and I have suppose I have gone to Tiger Hills and I am seeing the sunrise. So it is very obvious, if I am a good painter, I will try to draw that image. So do I actually draw the size of the mountains? No, I draw according to the convention that can be fitted in my copy or my canvas where I am drawing. And also in doing that, I maintain the proportions. I maintain the proportion of the mountain, just before that, the trees, the sun. I maintain all the proportions and I draw that replica. This is the concept of windowing. That means the method for selecting and enlarging a portion of your drawing is known as windowing. So your eyes, not your eyes, I will say what viewport is. Just wait a minute. First, let me just say what is windowing concept. So the window concept is what is to be viewed. The things you are seeing, that is your window. The things you are seeing with your naked eyes about the real world objects or the real world, that is your window. If you stand straight and you see the sunrise in your in the mountains, you will draw that. If you stand keeping your back towards the mountain, then you will see a different scenario. Then you will draw that. So what you are viewing, what is to be viewed, that is your specific window for that portion of your time. And this method of selecting and enlarging the portion of any drawing which you want to do according to the conventions or the measurements of where you are drawing it, that is known, entire concept is known as windowing. Okay. Now this was about the windowing part. Now what is the clipping part? Now, sometimes we are not interested in seeing a lot of things. That means, suppose, suppose I have a tree. Okay, I have this, like this, I have a tree. Someone has asked me that इस ट्री के एकदम ऊपर वाला जो पोर्शन है उसमें जो लीव्स है बस इसका एक पिक्चर तुम हमको दो, हमको बाकी का पिक्चर नहीं चाहिए. हो ही सकता है किसी का डिमांड हो. So what I will do, I will only try to focus on this portion according to what my client has asked, and I will be not interested in showing these pictures to him or her. That means you are showing a part of the drawing. You are selecting a part of the drawing which you are wanting to showcase, and the rest you are clipping, you are removing. This is the concept of clipping. That means the technique of not showing the part of the drawing which one is not interested in. If someone is interested in showing this part, then I will only show this part to him. I will not show the rest of the plants. So I will clip the rest of the plants. Clipping means cutting it out. So windowing is what you are viewing that you are replicating in your dimensions. So that is windowing, and clipping is the parts of the drawing which someone is not interested in seeing. We do not show that. We only show the parts which one is interested in seeing. That is known as clipping. Now, suppose we want to display an image of a picture. Now we all know that if I want to display the image, we will have to map the coordinates. That means the coordinates that will form the picture into the appropriate coordinates on the device or the workstation or the page or the copy where the image is to be displayed. So suppose in the mountain, the mountains were this, you have seen the sunrise over this. When this entire image you needed to draw in your, like this, in your drawing copy, so how will you draw? You will draw the mountain like this, and you will draw the sun like this. So in the real world, this entire thing had some dimensions, some coordinates. These coordinates of the picture, you are transforming it into the coordinates of your convention according to the workstation or the device or the copy or the canvas where you are reflecting, you are doing that. So this actual coordinate of the mountain has been transferred to this coordinate. Suppose if this is 1 centimeter up and 1 centimeter down, this is not 1 centimeter up and down in the actual world. This is some feet up and down. But I am not drawing that feet up and down. I am changing it into something. So this is the concept of a viewing transformation. We make a picture go through a viewing transformation. Okay. So what is the concept of viewing transformation? When I will display an image and I will map the coordinates that will form my picture into the appropriate coordinates on the device or the workstation where the image is to be displayed. This is done through a coordinate transformation, and this coordinate transformation concept is known as viewing transformation. Okay. Now, another word or you will see in your books is the viewport. What is the viewport? Your drawing copy page is your viewport. Your workstation is your viewport. Your device, suppose if it's a tablet, it's your viewport. That means where the picture or the image is to be displayed, that is my viewport. So what is to be viewed or mapped is my window, and where is to be displayed is my viewport. Okay. So what I want to draw is the window of me, what I will draw. How I will transform this window into my viewport is the viewing transformation, and where I am displaying or drawing or mapping all this thing is my viewport. So the journey from window to viewport is known as viewing transformation. So is this entire basic concept clear to you? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Okay. So suppose if this is an object which I have 1 minute. Okay. So if this is an object which I have with me, I am focusing on a portion of my object and that portion I am displaying on my screen. Okay. So what is this portion called and what will be this portion called according to the words which we have learned?
मैम स्क्रीन वाला व्यू पोर्ट.
और ये वाला
मैम विंडो.
राइट. तो मतलब विंडो हमेशा ये नहीं बोलता है कि आप जो भी देख रहे हो दैट इज योर विंडो. नो, the portion which you are interested or the portion which you are interested to showcase, that is also your window. Sometimes the entire picture can become your window, sometimes only this portion can become your window. Your window can be anything. The portion which you are interested in transforming from here to here is your window. Okay. Sometimes it is it seems that आप जो भी देख रहे that is your window. No, the things you are interested in, that is your window. Okay. So this is the concept of window, viewport, windowing, this clipping and all basic concept. Now how does this transformation happens? There must be some algorithm or some rules, because when we are doing the reflections or the rotations, we used a concept, right? We used to translate the object to origin, then we used to perform the rotation, then we used to translate it back to origin. That transformation we used to apply it to our object. So there were certain rules, right? Here also for the window to viewport transformation, there is certain rules or steps. How do we do it? Okay. So this is an entire window to viewport transformation. It's a 3-step procedure. What is the procedure? First, this is your window, right? This is your window. You are viewing something, and this is the coordinate of your real world where you are viewing it. This coordinate, you will try to translate it to your device coordinates. Now, when the real world coordinates or the object coordinates, first you will need to translate it to your device coordinates or viewport coordinates, right? So first, a basic translation you need to do. Then whatever size you have got in your object, it may happen that that size you do not want to keep in your image. You either want to enlarge it or compress it. Sometimes we want to scale something, right? Always we want to scale the image. So step 2 is scaling of your image. Suppose I want to compress the image. So I had a larger image and now I am compressing it. Fine. Once the mapping and the scaling or the translation or the scaling has been done, now what is my step 3? My step 3 will be in my entire screen where I want to locate this particular image, right? So that is my step 3. So again, another translation. After you have scaled down or up whatever you wish of your window and you are happy with it, this is your screen, and in your screen you need to translate it to the location where you want to place this image. So first there is a translation of from the window coordinates to the viewpoint coordinates. Then there is a scaling according to the wish how you want to keep the image in your viewport. Then again there is a translation from your viewport coordinates with respect to the coordinates of your entire screen. Okay, so for every step, this is the for A and this is the B. Fine. Step 1, step 2, step 3. So this is your window and this is your viewport. I hope you know that. So this is the entire basic concept about how the window to viewport transformation is being done. Okay. Now a pipeline model is there. This I have explained to you using the concept of pictures, how actually the transformation is happening, because I thought that if you see the pictures, you will be able to relate more. But in your few books, you will find there is something written in words, that is viewing pipeline. You will hear this thing. It is nothing but the entire thing which I explained in pictures that they explained in words, and that construction is known as viewing pipeline. What they do first, they first construct a world coordinate system. Then this world coordinate system is converted to the viewing coordinate system. Then this viewing coordinate system will be converted to the device coordinate systems. Okay. So this is the entire viewing pipeline which we have just learned. So this is the concept of window to viewport transformation or windowing transformation or viewing transformation, whatever name you want to call it. This is the entire concept. Okay. So I won't start the sum today because this was just the first class where I wanted to give basic ideas about what windowing is, what clipping is, what window to viewport transformations is all about. I hope I am able to make you understand. And if you have any question, you may ask him. Meanwhile, the Dumka students, you may write your name in the chat box and you may leave the class after writing your name. And Chai Basha, I will verbally take the attendance. Okay. Abhijit, Akash, Akash Chandra, Amit, Amar, Aniket, Ankit.
Present, ma'am.
Who? Ankit?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Jay, Keshav, Manish.
Yes, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Muskan, Palak.
Present, ma'am.
Muskan, okay. Palak, Rahul, Ravi, Ritvik.
Yes, ma'am.
Ravi. Ritvik, Riya, Sachin, Sandeep.
ma'am.
Sachin. Sandeep, Satish, Shivam, Sumit.
Yes, ma'am.
Sumit.
शिवम, मैम, शिवम.
अरे इतना लेट बोलोगे तो फिर कैसे होगा, थोड़ा टाइम पे बोलो. शुभदीप.
Yes, ma'am.
ओके. अभिषेक, आदित्य.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am Abhishek.
ठीक है. अनामिका. ओके. अपेक्षा, आशुतोष. अपेक्षा, आशुतोष, बबीता,
Present, ma'am.
चंचल, चांदनी, हेप्सिबा.
Yes, ma'am.
चांदनी, हेप्सिबा, काजल, निधि.
Yes, ma'am.
काजल, निधि.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
ओके.
Didi, ma'am.
पल्लवी.
Yes, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
पूजा, प्रीति, प्रीति वर्मा.
मैम प्रीति कुमारी सिंह प्रेजेंट.
ओके. पूजा, पूजा प्रांतिका. राहिल.
Yes, ma'am.
पूजा प्रांतिका. राहिल, रंजित.
Yes, ma'am.
ओके. रोशन, रेहान.
Yes, ma'am.
ओके. ऋतिक, संजय,
Yes, ma'am.
सावित्री,
Yes, ma'am.
सियाराम,
Present, ma'am.
तमन्ना,
Yes,
तानिया. ओके.
Yes, ma'am.
कौन? तानिया.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I will just read out the names once again. Those who are present, if I have missed any name, you people please tell me. Ankit, Keshav, Manish, Muskan, Rahul, Riya, Shivam, Shubhadeep, Abhishek, Aditya.
Ma'am.
बोलो.
Ma'am. Sachin.
हाँ, सचिन. ठीक है, सचिन. सचिन और रिया है, रिया चांद.
नहीं पता मैम.
रिया नहीं है. ठीक है. ओके. देन अपेक्षा, बबीता, चांदनी, देन काजल, निधि, पल्लवी, देन प्रीति कुमारी सिंह, देन पूजा प्रांतिका, देन राहिल होरो नहीं, सॉरी, रंजीत पूर्ति, देन रेहान, देन संजय, सावित्री, सियाराम, तमन्ना, तानिया. ठीक है. I hope I have called all the names and I have received.
Ma'am, Ravi.
Ma'am, Siaram.
हाँ, सियाराम तो दे दिए.
Ma'am, रविशंकर ठाकुर.
हाँ हाँ, रविशंकर भी दे दिए, सॉरी नाम नहीं बोला. ठीक है. अच्छा, कोई क्वेश्चन है तो पूछ सकते हो, और क्वेश्चन नहीं है तो क्लास को लीव कर सकते हो. क्वेश्चन है तो पूछ सकते हो, किसी को डाउट है तो. And I have seen a few participants writing in the chat box. I will give this name to your college, okay? If you have any question, you may ask me. If you do not have, you may leave the class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.